If you're dealing with a small yard, dragging out a massive, gas-guzzling mower is just overkill. It's loud, it smells, and honestly, it's a pain to store. I've spent the last few weeks testing 5 different compact mowers on my own lawn to see which ones actually make the chore easier and which ones are just glorified toys.
Product number 1, American Lawnmower Company 120414. Pulling this out of the box, the first thing I noticed was how incredibly light it is. It's only about 19 pounds. It feels like a throwback, all alloy steel and red paint, and there's something satisfying about a machine that doesn't need a cord or a battery. When I pushed it across the grass, it was surprisingly quiet, just that classic snip-snip sound of the 4 blades doing their thing. Since it's a manual reel mower, it's all about the physics. I found it worked best when I stayed on top of the mowing. If I let the grass get over 4 inches, I had to double back a few times. But for a small, flat patch of grass, it's great because it actually cuts the grass like scissors rather than tearing it. This means the tips don't turn brown as easily. I adjusted the height between 0.5 and 1.75 inches, depending on how short I wanted it, and the 14-inch width let me navigate tight corners without breaking a sweat. If you're someone who views mowing as a bit of light exercise and you hate dealing with maintenance, this is the one. No oil, no charging, just grab it and go. It's the ultimate eco-friendly pick for a tiny urban lawn, but just a heads up, don't try to use it while the grass is wet, or you'll just be pushing a heavy roller around. Instead of sticking to manual power, some of you might want a bit of help from a motor.
Product number 2, BLACK+DECKER 3-in-1 Cordless MTC220. When I first looked at this, I thought it looked more like a vacuum cleaner than a mower. It's basically a high-powered string trimmer that snaps into a wheeled deck. It's super lightweight, under 10 pounds, so I could literally pick it up with one hand. The plastic build feels decent for what it is, and the adjustable handle felt comfortable as I was switching between modes. The performance here is really about versatility. I used it as a mower for a small slope in my yard where a bigger machine would have tipped over. Then, with a quick stomp on the release pedal, I popped the trimmer out to handle the edges along my driveway. It uses an automatic feed spool, so I didn't have to stop and bang the head on the ground to get more line, which I appreciated. Since it comes with 2 batteries, I could swap them out when the first one died, though don't expect this to handle a massive lawn. This is perfect if you have a very small yard or a lot of problem areas, like steep hills or tight gaps between flower beds. It's a mower, trimmer, and edger all in one, which saves a ton of space in the garage. If you like this design but don't want to worry about battery life, there's a version that plugs right into the wall. Product number 3, BLACK+DECKER 3-in-1 Corded BESTA512CM. This model is almost identical in design to the last one, but it's corded. Holding it, it feels just as light, but you have that orange extension cord trailing behind you. The 6.5 amp motor actually felt a bit punchier than the battery version. When I hit some thicker patches of weeds, the power drive transmission kicked in, and I didn't feel it bogging down or slowing the RPMs. The real win here is the unlimited runtime. I didn't have to keep an eye on a battery bar. I just kept going until the job was done. It has a cord retention system that actually works. I didn't accidentally unplug myself once while turning corners once, while turning corners once, while turning corners once. Converting it to an edger is just a matter of rotating the head, and the little guide wheel makes it easy to get those crisp, straight lines along the sidewalk. I'd recommend this for someone with a very small townhouse lot, where you're always within 50 to 100 feet of an outlet. You get more consistent power than the cordless version for a lower price point. It's a solid, budget-friendly everything tool for people who want to keep things simple. Now, if you want something that looks and feels a bit more like a traditional mower but is still compact, the next 2 are your best bet.
Product number 4, LawnMaster MEB1114K, 14-inch. Taking this out for a spin, it felt much more substantial than the 3-in-1 tools. It's got a 14-inch cutting deck and a proper grass collection bag on the back. Even though it's only 28 pounds, the build feels sturdy. I noticed the 7.75-inch rear wheels made it really easy to pivot around my bird bath and garden ornaments without having to manhandle the machine. Testing the 11-amp motor, I was impressed by how clean the cut was. It has 5 different height settings that you can change with a single lever, which is way more convenient than having to adjust each wheel individually. I mostly kept it around 2 inches, and it filled the 7-gallon bag pretty quickly. Speaking of the bag, it's easy to pop on and off, which made cleaning up the clippings a breeze. This is the right choice if you actually want to bag your grass and want a mower that feels familiar, but is small enough to tuck away. The handles fold down completely, so it barely takes up any footprint in the shed. If you have a slightly larger area to cover but still want to stay in the corded family, there's a slightly bigger brother to this one.
Product number 5, LawnMaster MEB1216K, 16-inch. This is the 16-inch version, and while it looks almost the same as the 14-inch, you can feel the extra power. It's got a 12-amp motor and a slightly wider path, which actually saved me a few passes on my lawn. It's a little heavier, coming in at about 33 pounds, but the larger 8.86-inch rear wheels make it feel just as nimble as the smaller model. I pushed this through some slightly taller, damp grass, and the 3,500 RPM motor didn't struggle much. The 8-gallon collection bag gives you a bit more room, so you aren't walking back to the green bin every 5 minutes. Like the other LawnMaster, the height adjustment is a single lever, which I think is a must-have feature. The metal construction of the deck feels like it could take a few bumps against a fence without cracking. If your small yard is actually a medium-sized suburban lot, go with this 16-inch model. It's the most real mower of the bunch in terms of power and capability, but it still has that eco-friendly, no gas required benefit. It's efficient, easy to store, and gets the job done quickly.
That's the breakdown for the best small yard mowers. Whether you want the manual workout or the 3-in-1 convenience, one of these should fit your lawn perfectly. I've put the links to all 5 of these in the description below, so you can check out the current prices.
Thank you for watching the video till the end. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.